Let's now tell you about a rare glimmer of hope for one of the world's most endangered animals. In Mexico's Gulf of California, conservationists have made a spotting that's being talked about. In fact, this is a major development regarding what's also referred to as the panda of the sea. Officials saying stricter enforcement and international cooperation are finally showing results, with illegal fishing there in the protected zone dropping by nearly 98%. Take a look. For years, global investors have looked to Wall Street or perhaps Hong Kong for the next big IPO boom. But now the spotlight has shifted to India. And how? Just ask LG Electronics India. Its $1.3 billion IPO sold out in just 6.5 hours. That's the fastest major IPO take-up in 17 years, by the way. 6 hours, that's all it took. And with that, India has further cemented its status as one of the world's hottest IPO destinations. But this wave is not just about the numbers, it's about who's buying. It's a growing army of Indian investors, from mutual funds, insurers, millions of everyday savers, domestic investors now driving the action. They are reshaping India's capital markets in a way, and in the process reducing the country's dependence on foreign money. It's what some bankers are calling a sea change. For the first time, domestic investors now account for nearly 75% of IPO investments, their highest ever share when proceeds top ₹1 trillion. That's almost $12 billion, almost $12 billion worth of Indian money backing Indian companies. LG's IPO alone saw local investors make up 60% of all bids, while the stock soaring 48% on debut. And it's not an isolated story, by the way. In 2025 so far, more than 300 companies have gone public, raising nearly $16 billion, making India the 4th busiest IPO market in the world. So how exactly did things reach this point? The pandemic, for starters, sparked a new investing culture. Mobile trading apps, easy account openings, financial content on social media brought millions of first-time investors into the market. Those who prefer safer bets are perhaps turning to mutual funds, pumping billions each month. What's the result, you ask? Domestic institutional investors now own a record 19% of companies listed on the National Stock Exchange. Foreign investors down to 17%, their lowest in over a decade. And despite foreign outflows of nearly $16 billion, India's benchmark index continues to rise, on track for a 10th straight annual gain. For companies, that means one thing, and that's confidence. A robust local investor base has made India's markets a preferred place to raise capital, and the pipeline is packed. Several companies, PhonePe, SBI funds, Manipal hospitals, just to name a few, a string of billion-dollar IPOs could soon hit the Lal Street. The energy is electric, to say the least. The mood, pure optimism. Sure, there are warnings about overvaluations and small IPOs being oversubscribed hundreds of times over. A few bad listings could spoil the party, but overall, it's an exciting time. It also means the market in India is maturing and finding its own rhythm. India's IPO boom is no longer just a headline. It's a homegrown story powered by the confidence, the capital, and the conviction of its own people. We now get to the story of a remarkable feat, a Guinness World Record set by the Indian Army's Sumit Tomar for the longest no-hands motorcycle wheelie ever recorded. A huge achievement, making India proud. He hails from Bijrol village in Uttar Pradesh's Bhagpat district. You know how far he travelled? Riding along the Bengaluru-Chennai expressway, a distance of over 1,700 meters, balancing his motorcycle on a single rear wheel without using his hands. Imagine that. He's set that Guinness World Record, beating the earlier record set by a Swedish rider. That record was of 918 meters. And here's wishing Sumit Tomar huge congratulations for that remarkable achievement. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.